So I just finished a crochet project, and so I need to start a new one. I want to use up some of the yarn that I just used. So I just filmed and edited the concert top I made, the black and gray short sleeve crop top. Took what was left over from that, which is this right here and this one right here. And this is what I pulled out. This is the orange and gray that I pulled out of that skein before I started that top, because I wanted that top to be black and gray. So I want to make something trying to use this up. There's definitely enough yarn to make something. It's most likely going to be a top, because that's typically what I make. But I don't know. I want to make something a little bit different, and I don't know what I want to do. So I do have this stitch dictionary. I'm probably going to go ahead and like look through here and see if there's anything that I want to use, and we'll see what we come up with. I have no idea what's going to be the end of this project. I'm kind of just taking you on the journey with me and showing you how I create. So I think I want to keep it simple, because I want to be able to do it and like not think about it. Like I want to be able to, like, once I get it started, turn on like a movie or a show and like not really worry too much. So I think I'm gonna do a treble V-stitch. I think I'm gonna try that and see how that looks. But I am concerned about the drape, and typically when you use a longer stitch, it builds up quicker, but when you wear it, it's because it's going to be a wearable, you have to think of the structure and how you're going to hold it down, and like how it's going to keep its structure, because the longer stitches are like not as structure forming. So I may end up doing like a row of V-stitch, a row of single crochet, a row of V-stitch, a row of single crochet. But if I do that, I might do a V-stitch with the black and gray, and then maybe do the single crochet row in the orange and gray and rotate that. I don't know. Let's play with it. Let's whip something up and see what we get. I chained 51. I'm going to go through this here. I'm going to do a single crochet on top of my foundation row just to hold the structure, and then I'll come back and we will make decisions from there. I don't actually know what's going to happen here. So when working with sport weight yarn, something I've learned is you really do have to pay attention to your tension. You have to pay attention to how like loose and tight you're crocheting. So if you see this, like my stitches are really loose. Now that will tighten up like as I go through it, but like on your first like foundation row, you definitely want to make sure you're not cinching it too tight. Especially if you are going up in hook size. So the hook size recommendation for this yarn is anywhere from a 3.5 to 4, and I've actually sized up to a 5. I just prefer the look. I feel like sizing up slightly on your hook size, there are pros and cons to it. You are going to be able to, it's going to be less solid. So if you're making fabric, like if you're making clothes, then you'll have to understand that like you'll likely need to wear some kind of undergarment under it. Like if you're making a top, you'll want to wear like a bandeau or like something that you know that will aesthetically match it. You can always go through and put a lining in it if that's something that you want to do. I got on Amazon and bought a pack of like tube top bandeaus, and so I have one in like brown, green, white, black, gray. So anything that I wear, I will typically have a bandeau that I can wear underneath it. That being said, I don't always. Sometimes I just don't care if my bra shows. So, that's just food for thought. However, I like the sized up look because it is slightly see-through. You're able to see more detail in your stitches. I use a lot of like black and gray and dark tones. And if you have ever seen like a solid black crochet piece, you can't really see the detail in the stitches. So like, especially if you're using like a decorative stitch, it kind of loses its luster whenever you are using a dark colored yarn. So I tend to size up just to help like show off the actual stitches. So when I'm crocheting and working on projects, especially because I'm not following anyone else's pattern, I'm literally making my own thing. I tend to always make sure I'm writing it down. So I always suggest having like a notepad with you. I have my tablet, and so I use a Samsung Galaxy tablet, and I have downloaded, if you have an Android phone or Android tablet, because we don't have access to, was it GoodNotes or whatever that popular one is, I'm not an Apple user, so I don't have access to it. These dogs are going nuts. There is a, she's actually, I found her on YouTube first, and she does a lot of like bullet journaling and like digital planning. She created this app called Pinly. Not sponsored. I just really love the app. I use it for my calendars. I use it for digital planning. I use it for my like notebooks, paper and stuff. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it because it's on like a screen, but I always make sure, so my tablet has a stylus, and I just always make sure, where did I put the stylus? So I have my stylus, and I just always like write down as I'm doing it, as I'm thinking of the pattern, keeping in mind that the style of top that I'm making is I'm going to make a front panel and a back panel, and then I'm going to add the sleeves. So whatever I do on the front panel, I need to do on the back panel. So you definitely want to make sure that you have some way of writing it down so that you remember, because you will forget. I always forget. So this is what I have so far. It's not a true V-stitch, or at least what I know of as a V-stitch. So I was working on it, and I was just messing around with the different textures, and the way, because I want to do a treble, because I want it to be very, very open. Like I want it to be like extremely open and like loose and like, I don't know. So what I'm doing right now, so I chained up 3, I did 2 single crochet rows, chained up 3, and then I skipped the first, so the first crochet like stitch, that chain up 3 counted as that first stitch, and then I skipped one, and then I put 2 treble in that one, and then skip 1, 2 treble, skip 1, 2 treble. I'm not chaining in between each treble, because I tried that at first and then I frogged it because it just wasn't setting right. I think it looks really good just like that, and then I'm gonna go back after I finish this row. I'm gonna go back with the orange and gray, and I'm gonna do 2 single crochets between each treble. When crocheting, you're gonna make mistakes. It's gonna happen. Let me see if you can see where my mistake is. Do you see that? It's pretty obvious. I've already like fastened off this color, and I'm honestly debating if I do want to do, now that I have to undo that part anyway, I'm debating if I want to do the color change or if I want to do it all, and I might have enough with how wide that one row is. I might have enough. Do I want to risk it? Because I still have to make 2 panels, and I can make it a crop top. So I have to make 2 panels. I think because of these 2 skeins, this one's smaller, I'm going to use this one on this skein, or on this panel. And I'm going to use all this color. I'm not adding any orange. And then I want to see how far I can get. Because if I can get far enough with just this on this panel, then I'll have plenty in this to get through, because this one's smaller. So And that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm not going to use the orange. I'll use that for a different project. So I undid that one part. I had to cut the yarn, how to cut it, because it just, that knot did not want to come out. Like, I tightened that thing really tight. So I cut it. I got it to where it needed to be so that I can fix that one. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and finish this. And I think I'm going to stick with just this skein. See how far I can get on one panel. If I don't like it, I can undo it. It's not that big of a deal. It's all about the process. As I go through and work on this project, I am writing down each row so that when I'm done with this panel, I can go and do the other panel. On my previous shirt that I did, the black and gray striped, I was working both panels at the same time, which is another option. One, if you think you're going to forget how you did it, and two, if you're working with a skein of yarn that's self-color changing, whether it's a striped, an ombre, or whatever, if it's self-color changing and you want them to blend nicely in like the same like striped pattern or whatever, I will typically work both panels at the same time. So I will do like the first like 4 or 5 sets of rows for the front panel, and then I'll stop, I'll cut my yarn, and I'll do the first 5 or 6 or whatever for the second panel, and I'll go back and forth that way. And I'll pay attention to my color change. So if I see that I'm getting low on one, like on a color, and I'm about to hit that color change, I'll try to guesstimate like how many rows I can get out of it. And so I'll do like maybe 1 or 2 more rows on one, and then I'll do 1 or 2 more rows on the other. And I'll keep going back and forth until I hit that color change. It requires way more ends to weave in. You get better at guesstimating how much you can get out of one section the more you do it. So the first couple times you do it, you're probably going to be like, oh, I can only get like, I'm going to do 1 more row on each. And then you're like, oh shit, I can have probably done like 3, which is fine. It's totally fine. You get way more, you get better at figuring out the process of like color changes and stuff the more you do it. So I am going to continue this. I'm redoing this section right here, just doing treble crochets. Again, I'm doing 2 trebles in 1 stitch, skip a stitch, 2 trebles in 1 stitch, skip a stitch, and then when I get to my next row, I will figure out what I'm doing, and then I'll let you know what I'm doing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put this down for today. I will work on it probably tomorrow. I have quite a few days off of work. Slow season. So I am going to, tonight I have a concert. If you saw my last video, you saw me working on the shirt that I'm wearing tonight. Ignore the mess behind me because honestly, I'm a little frustrated. I've been deep cleaning and pulling shit out of my closet and going through my stuff. Anyway, not the point. So I keep talking about my previous video, which y'all are like, what are you talking about? And that's because up until now, there was a previous video that was supposed to go up until I just went into CapCut, and I had thought I had already downloaded it to my phone. So I use my phone to film, and then, sorry, my friends are texting me. So I use my phone to film, and then I download all of my clips into CapCut, and I edit them down as I film. And then I download that to my phone, and then I go to YouTube and I upload to YouTube. And I was going to schedule it to upload next month from when I'm recording this. And I was going to try to get 1 video a week out is my goal. And so I was going to get a month ahead to help with that. So if I do find like I'm super busy at work or something and I just don't get it out quick enough, like I have extra time to like play catch up. But I went into CapCut and it was like, we can't locate your video clips. And I was like, damn it. So turns out, I thought I had already downloaded it from CapCut to my phone, and I did not. And because I thought I had done that, went into my phone and I delete all my random clips or whatever. After I put it all into a video, I delete them off my phone so it doesn't take up too much space. And then, yeah, so I stupidly deleted my last video. But that's okay, because we're going to start fresh right here. How's it going? My name's Dragon, and I crochet. I crochet clothes, mostly clothes, almost exclusively clothes. I've made a few other random projects, which I'm sure we'll get into and talk about on this channel. So yeah, lighting's not that great right now just because I'm a little frustrated and I just wanted to get on and be like, hey, I was talking about my previous video and y'all are like, what previous video? And that's because it never got uploaded because I accidentally deleted it. That's okay. I'm not going to stress about it. I am going to a concert today, which is what that video is about, me making this top for the concert. So I did post a short of me wearing my outfit for today. So if y'all want to check that out, y'all are welcome to check that out. But yeah, so I'm going to go. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to take the day to just let it go. Tomorrow, I will come back here and we will work on the top that we've been working on today, and we will see where this takes us. Until then, I'll catch you later. Good morning. Good morning, Phoenix. Yeah, good morning. Oh, last night I went to the concert with my sister and we had a really good time. Saw all of my coworkers because I work at a venue. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm exhausted. I wouldn't say I'm hungover. I'm definitely dehydrated. So I chugged a liquid IV this morning, and then now I have coffee. I don't have a headache. I'm just tired. So cheers to coffee. Do y'all drink, like, what's y'all's, like, morning beverage? Like, what do you do? Like, what do you drink first thing in the morning when you wake up? Me? Coffee. I need coffee. Yeah, so let's get started on some crochet. So I've picked up where I left off. So far we have the chain, 2 single crochet row, the V-stitch, and now I'm doing a second single crochet row after that. So I did 1 crochet row and now I'm doing another single crochet row. Hey guys, so this is where we are at right now. We have about 5 sections of repeats. We're going to go over what those repeats are and what we've come to terms with. So I have, let's see, it's 2 single crochet rows and then the V-stitch row with the treble crochets. It's not really a V-stitch. What do I call it? Because a V-stitch is usually like stitch, chain 1, stitch, right? So like it looks like a V. It still has the aesthetic. It's just, I guess it's just like 2 in 1. I do the 2 in 1 treble crochet. I don't know. Y'all tell me what we want to call it. I don't actually know. I just make shit up. So, yeah, that's what I've been doing. But these single crochet rows in between each one, single crochets are tighter, so they're going to hold the shape of the garment better, so that as you're wearing it, the gravity is going to naturally pull the stitches and you're going to be moving around. And a lot of times you'll see that when you wear garments that are made out of the longer, bigger crochet stitches, they will stretch. You might actually be able to see it slightly. So that right there, that was the other portion of, that's the first thing I made with this skein. It had the white to the orange to the gray or whatever, and then that's why I took the orange gray out. Anyway, that top was supposed to be, it's all done with a 6mm hook, same yarn, so it's made to look more meshy, and it's actually done with a half double. But I didn't do any single crochet rows, so the weight of that, even though I'd measured it to be like more like sweater length, like to the hip, it goes all the way past my butt. It's now a swimsuit covered up. It started out as a sweater and now it's just a cap sleeve swimsuit cover up. Being able to pivot is probably one of the best lessons you can learn. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on this a little bit. I took a couple days to just kind of rest and chill after the concert and then the funeral, and then I went thrifting with my sister on Sunday, and that was just exhausting. Like, I had fun on all of, like, well, the funerals wasn't necessarily fun, but like going to the concert and going out, like, I was fine, right? It's just afterwards I come home and I just really needed time to just not talk to people. I just need people to leave me alone, and I need to be in my room, and I need to be like in my sanctuary space without people coming in and out. Like, just leave me alone. Give me a couple days to recollect myself. Otherwise, I get snappy, and I don't apologize for it, because just, I tell you, leave me alone, right? Anyway, so I'm going to work this up. I'm thinking, so I haven't got as far along as I wanted to. I wanted this, at least one panel to be done. I'm thinking I'm going to do anywhere from 8 to 10 repeats. So when counting the repeats, I do that just because I'm counting. It's easier just to straight up count the V-stitches, which there's one V-stitch row per repeat. So I'm going to do probably 8 to 10. We'll see. I'm going to go finish watching this movie. I'm currently on Paramount app watching The Whale. It has Brendan Fraser in it, and it's interesting.
This essay is amazing. This essay is you.
Stop saying that.
This essay is you.
Stop saying.
I do want to show you where I'm at. So I have one more row of single crochets to do on the top, and then I will have 8, which I think will be plenty. Instead of doing it as like a regular top like I normally do, which will put the 2 squares together, stitch them across here, leave room for the head to go through, and then like leave armholes and then stitch it and then sew down, right? Thinking about stitching the sides like this, and then adding straps like and making it a tank top. Because of the yarn weight, I'm not a fan of like this style, like just being like boxy and like a straight, going straight across here and then like a single strap. I'm not a huge fan of that. However, because of the way that this fabric is, hold on, let me pull up a loop. Because of this yarn weight, like with worsted weight, I would never do this just because of the way it drapes. Worsted weight kind of holds its structure, so you're gonna see like straight line across and then just like this. It looks really boxy, and for me, I personally, it's just not my flavor. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just not something I would wear. So I think that I'm going to try it and see if I do it, like do 2 panels, but like here and here like have straps, and you see how when I pinch it and pull up, it naturally like makes that little point and curves it. It'll be like here, yeah, I'm gonna do it like right here, and then the straps will pull up to here. And that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna finish my last single crochet row, and then I'm gonna fasten off, and then I'm gonna whip up another panel the exact same. I need to go look at my notes to find out how many chains I did. I did like 52, 51, something like that. I think it was an odd number. So I think I did 51 and then I chained up one. But I need to go double check that. So I'm gonna go double check my notes. Double check my notes, and then I know I started with like the foundation, and then I did 2 single crochet rows, and then I did it's 2 single crochet rows, and then the same pattern that I've been doing. One small skein, I haven't even finished it yet. This will start to get more gray and gray, which is fine for me. I am just gonna let it change colors. So like technically, like you can already see a slight color change because it did change partway through this panel. The top is actually darker than the bottom. The bottom is more gray. That's not lighting, that's the actual yarn like transitioning. I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm gonna do that on this one, and then I'm gonna start my next panel, and it's gonna be lighter. It's gonna transition even lighter. Don't care. And then I'm going to do I'm gonna stitch it together and then do the straps. I don't know. I need to measure because I've never done like a spaghetti strap style. I need to measure how long of a strap I want to do. And I'm also debating if I want to do it on how I want to do it. That's my whole goal this year, is to build my summer wardrobe. I have so many winter clothes, sweaters and stuff like that that I've made. And I'll pivot and go back into making more winter stuff eventually. But I need stuff to wear this summer because we are currently in we're getting into our warm months. And I'm in Texas, so Texas is hot. So I need, which is why I like the lightweight. Ooh, sorry. That's why I like the lightweight and the super open stitches. Like I'll wear a bandeau underneath my stuff, like, or I'll wear like a really cute bra to make it look nice. So I'm at the doctor's office now, and I want to show y'all a little bit of what I was talking about. So like I have how it's going from like the dark all the way to the light because I finished the other skein. So if I start with this one, like look at the contrast. Like that's going to be a hard switch. But if I pull from the middle, which is this one right here, it's gonna blend perfectly. And then it'll just start getting darker instead of getting lighter. Hey guys, so I'm currently in the car, obviously. I just left a dental appointment, so this side of my mouth is still solidly numb. So yeah, but while I was there, I was able to get my second panel done. So I got the second panel done for the shirt. I didn't bring the other panel, so I wasn't able to sew them together. I would have had time. So I finished the second panel, so when I get home, I can sew them together. I'll probably stretch and block this one overnight, because I already got the other one blocking anyway, so might as well just block this one. And then, all I'd have to do is sew it together and then add the straps. So we're almost done with it. Hey guys, so I'm holding this vlog style because this little one is asleep on the lap and I can't bear to move her. And my tripod's on the other side of the room. But we are almost done with this little tank top. I am loving the way that it came out. I just finished the straps. So if you look at the straps here, it's literally just like a single crochet like slip stitch chain or whatever. So what I'm gonna do there, because it's very like light and I kind of want a little bit more like width to it, I'm gonna go around and do a single crochet border and go over those straps as well. So I'm gonna do a single crochet border on the top and on the bottom, and I'll go over those straps one more time to kind of thicken them up a little bit. So I'm gonna do that, and then we will try it on and see what we came up with. Hey guys, so it is finished. This is the top that I came up with, and it is a spaghetti strap little tank top. This is what I was meaning about the sleeves and the drape of the yarn. It kind of creates its own like scoop here to where it's like subtle and in the back as well. So I didn't actually have to stitch that shaping. It just naturally like does it on its own. I think it looks perfect. I love where it cuts off. I did a perfect amount of rows. It's kind of loose right here, which is what I wanted. And yeah, I just put a bandeau underneath it. It's just like a nude color bandeau underneath it, and like it's good to go. It's like your perfect little crop top summer shirt. and I can't wait to wear it this summer. So I am debating on my next project being working with some more of the sport weight yarn. I might put that down for a second and start working on a worsted weight project because I have a whole bunch of worsted weight acrylic that I need to use up. So we'll see what the next project holds. If you have any suggestions on things you want to see, or any thoughts, comments, or concerns, let me know. Leave that in the comment section below. I will see y'all next week. I'll talk to you later. Bye. You can. Look at them puppies. Look at them puppies. Look at them puppies. Look at them puppies. Yeah. Look at them puppies. Yeah. Silly babies. Alright. Do y'all want to go outside? Y'all want to go outside? Yes? Ooh, y'all excited. Yeah, Magnus is excited. Phoenix is at attention. Don't bite me. Stop. Don't bite me. Y'all want to go outside? Yeah? You want to go outside? Let's go. Let's go outside. Let's go outside.